I'm glad so many of you enjoyed my first Cabot video, and I believe it really has fostered some good discussions. However, it's 2 years later and the picnic table requires a restain because of the outdoor environment, or more specifically the ultraviolet light that strips away the life from the stain's vibrant color. In the first video, I completely sanded off all the finish, hoping to provide a stronger, longer-lasting mechanical bond between the wood and the stain. While the final results were fantastic, it did not extend the life of the stain. This ultimately led me to the conclusion that the additional labor was not justified. Today, we're going to cut some corners and take a shortcut and compare the results. Instead of gritting down to the bare wood with a random orbital sander, simply hand sand with 120 grit sandpaper.
Ow, my knee. Okay, there we go.
Make sure you're going with the grain.
I know.
Dust off the surface particles, and then mix 6 ounces of Deck Bright powder with 1 gallon of lukewarm water. It will start off kind of blue, but keep mixing until it turns white, then you know it's ready to go. Scrub that solution on using a stiff bristled brush to remove stuck-on debris including molds and mildew. Keep the surface scrubbed and wet for about 10 minutes. Then let's use a pressure washer with a 40-degree tip. Really, any narrower nozzle runs the risk of damaging the wood, especially if the wood is soft. Let's give it some time to dry before using the tack cloth to pick up the most finest of particles. I originally purchased this Cabot back in 2017. And similar to the neighbor kids, this stain has developed a thick skin, which should be removed before mixing. I prefer to apply stain using a staining pad for both predictable flow and to avoid the bristle lines. Unfortunately, my neighbor's generator fired up during filming.
Perfect timing! 15 minutes?
The brilliant colors are already starting to pop. Now, while this process trims down the project time to an afternoon instead of a weekend, it will not yield the uniform smoothness and perfection that the previous technique did. And even if you look closely, some areas pick up a little more stain than others, but for a job that needs to be done every year or two, this shortcut is a reasonable compromise. I really do look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for visiting my little channel.
This thing still has the tag on it.
Okay. Yeah. Do it with the grain. I know.
Get out of
Get
here.
out of
We're
the camera.
filming. Go find some.
It's on film. Okay.